Dubai, the city that never sleeps, was about to witness its darkest night. Mateo Reyes stood in the private corridor, gun pointed directly at Patricia Holloway, the woman who had stolen his family's legacy, destroyed his grandmother's life, and turned their blood into profit. Now stood before him with no smile left on her face. Chaos echoed from the main auction hall, screams, gunshots, and shattering glass. The empire she had built was collapsing in real time. Patricia looked at the gun, then at Mateo's eyes. Her voice was calm, almost gentle. "If you pull that trigger, your grandmother dies in the next 60 seconds. Mateo's finger rested heavy on the trigger. One bullet, one choice. This was the end of the war. Mateo's hand trembled slightly. Years of pain, rage, and loss flashed through his mind. "Where is she?" he demanded. Patricia slowly reached into her pocket and showed him a live video feed. His grandmother Sophia sat in a dark room, guarded by 2 men. She looked exhausted, but still unbroken. "Kill me," Patricia said, "and she dies. Lower the gun, and I let her go. Those are your only 2 choices." Isabella's voice crackled in his earpiece. "Mateo, don't listen to her. We have men moving on the location in Mexico." Alina appeared at the end of the corridor, gun raised. "Shoot her, she deserves to die." Mateo was trapped between revenge and love. He lowered the gun slightly. "Prove it. Release her now, and I'll let you walk away." Patricia smiled coldly. "You're still too soft, just like your grandmother." Suddenly, the lights in the entire building went out. Isabella had succeeded in shutting down the main power. Gunfire erupted again. Mateo lunged forward and tackled Patricia. They crashed through a glass door into a private balcony overlooking the sea. The 2 fought brutally. No elegance, no words, just pure hatred. Patricia was stronger than she looked. She slammed Mateo against the railing. For a moment, he almost went over the edge. Alina ran in and fired. Patricia was hit in the shoulder, but managed to escape into the darkness. Mateo got up, bleeding from the head. "We end this tonight." While chaos consumed the island, Mateo received a call. It was Sophia. "Mateo, my boy," her weak voice said. "Don't trade your soul for me. Finish what I couldn't. Burn it all." Tears burned in his eyes. Isabella's voice came through again. "Mateo, we have her location. The team is going in." But Patricia just activated a kill switch. She's trying to wipe the entire ledger and destroy all evidence. Mateo made his decision. He ran toward the main server room. The server room was heavily guarded, but Mateo fought like a man who had nothing left to lose. He reached the main terminal as Patricia limped in behind him, gun raised. They faced each other one last time. "You think destroying me will bring your family honor back?" Patricia spat. "I made those paintings worth something. Your grandmother would have died poor and forgotten." Mateo looked at her with cold finality. "No, she would have died with dignity. It's something you will never understand. He pressed the command. The entire ledger, every stolen painting, every forged document, every NFT transaction was released publicly with full proof. Patricia screamed in rage and fired. Mateo was hit in the side, but he kept standing. Security burst in. Alina and Isabella arrived just in time. A final gunshot rang out. Patricia Holloway fell to the floor, dead. 3 weeks later, Mateo stood in his grandmother's house in Mexico City. Sophia was safe, weak but alive. She held his hand tightly. The paintings were slowly being returned. Some were lost forever, but many had been recovered. The world now knew the true story of the Reyes Collection. Isabella stood beside him. What now? Mateo looked at the small painting of the woman in the white dress hanging on the wall. The one that had started everything. Now we rebuild what she tried to destroy. But as he stepped outside into the sunlight, his phone buzzed with an unknown message. A single line appeared. This isn't over. The real owner is still watching. Mateo stared at the message, his face hardening once again. Some fires once lit never truly die.